Wake up with Matt in the morning.
Hey guys, Matt here with Matt in the morning, and guess what we're doing today? Hot sauce. It's hot sauce day. Listen, got it right here, a little out of reach. We're making this, the deluxe hot sauce making kit. Grow and make crafting kits for every occasion. Oh, this occasion's hot sauce. My mom got this for me for Christmas. She knows I like hot sauce, and I figured, why not do a video on it? So today we're gonna do 3 of them. Now it comes with this booklet. It's got, the whole kit comes with 6 recipes. Today we're gonna do Louisiana sauce, curry pineapple, and campfire chipotle. We'll do another video that'll do the other 3. And just to let you know, those are smoky garden sauce, guajillo hot sauce, I know I said that wrong, and mild sweet chili. So, pretty excited. Now I've already jumped ahead. I'm not going to show the, as you can see behind me here, I've got these sanitized bottles. It comes with this little packet of this, looks like salt. It's some sort of sanitizing solution. I did about half of that with some hot water for like 2 minutes, and then you just let them air dry. Or you can put them in a bigger pot and just boil them for a few minutes. That's fine too. So I got them sanitized already, ready to go. And, oh, you can't see it. It's out of camera view, never mind. So let me tell you what's gonna happen with this first one. Louisiana sauce is what we're doing. Behind me that you can't see, I've got a 1.5 cups of water. I'm gonna bring it to a boil, then shut it off. After that, down below, you can see I have the arbol, A-R-B-O-L peppers. I got about 8 or 9 of these, and also 1 teaspoon of salt. Once it comes to a boil and I turn it off, I'm gonna throw those 2 things in and let it sit for 10 minutes. Let them get good and married together, I guess, right? After that, we're gonna bring it to a rolling boil for 2 minutes, and then we're gonna do some other stuff. We're gonna put it in a blender, and then we're ready. So it's gonna be super simple, but just wanted to let you know, I'll bring you back partway through with the boiling or near the end of it, but I don't wanna bore you with 10 minutes of letting some peppers and salt just sit. So that's what we got going on. I'll be right back. Okay, so nothing too exciting about this step. I brought this the saucepan with a 1.5 cups of water to a boil, turned it off, added the salt and the peppers, let it sit for 10 minutes. Now I'm bringing it up to a boil. I'm gonna let it just go like this for 2 more minutes. Then we're gonna plop it in the blender and then add the vinegar and blend it up. So I'll just bring you back for that. This part's boring. Blah, blah, blah. Again, the ingredient list and the how-to will be down in the description. Okay, it's been 2 minutes. Boom, I'm gonna pull this thing off. Do that right now. We're going to put it right into the blender. Just like so. We're going to add how much? 8 tablespoons of distilled white vinegar. I'm gonna put the lid on and blend this thing. I don't know what to expect here. Oh, I should put my other glove on. Should never mess with hot stuff, peppers, without gloves. I had 1, not 2. Boom, we're good. All right, guys, I don't know what's gonna happen. Sauce before, so I think we're good. So it does say, and I don't have one, it says it's always good to use a mesh sieve, something like that. Little strainer, just get any little chunks out. I don't have one, so we ain't doing it. So next we're gonna bottle this up. Hopefully this just isn't a giant disaster, right? Let's see, here we go. My handwriting is terrible. You know, we don't write anything anymore these days. Anything we do nowadays is all, you know, via text message or something like that, emails. Okay, guys, be careful of the steam, because when all that steam coming out is going to burn your eyeballs. So just be super careful. Now we're going to fill these to about 1 inch-ish from the top. Again, this is I see why they recommend a filter, but oh well, maybe I'll get one for the when we do the last 3. There's 1. So this recipe will do 2 bottles. Obviously, you can take the recipe that I'll have down in the description, of course, and add to it for more or less, whatever you want to do. Bada bing. Yeah, it's a little more than an inch, but that's okay. All right, guys, listen, all I know is that it smells like your basic hot sauce. It's kind of what we were going for. So, anywho, this has got to sit for like a day or 2 before we actually taste it and try this stuff out. So, I'm gonna get everything cleaned up because we don't want cross-contamination with the flavors once we do the next one. Next up is gonna be campfire chipotle. BRB. Be right back. So, down below, you can see we got what's going in the next one. The next one is campfire chipotle. Back on the stove, which you still can't see because I didn't move it to this burner. I didn't move the camera. But we got 3/4 of a cup plus 1 tablespoon of water. We're gonna bring that to a boil. Once it's boiling, I'm gonna shut it off. We're gonna put these chipotle peppers in. We got what, about 7 or 8 of them, something like that. Same thing, it's gonna sit in there for 10 minutes. I'm gonna bring it back to a boil, and then we're gonna put this in here, which, what is this here? 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. We're just gonna let it then do a roll and boil for 2 minutes, just like before. Not gonna show you that because it's just boring. It's boring. It's a critical part to this, but it's boring. And then I'll just bring you back when it's time to go into the blender, and we'll get the blender cam on. That's what I'm calling it, blender cam. So, see you in a minute. All right, all you cool cats and kittens. All right, next up. God, I just watched that Tiger King series, sorry. Hey, so we let it sit in here for 10 minutes. I just turned it on. We're gonna crank it up and let it boil for 2 minutes. We are gonna add the 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. And this is just gonna go for 2 minutes once it comes up to a boil. At that point, it's blender time. Hey, it's blender time. So, pop the lid on this. I'm gonna throw in the 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Just like so. And where's my rag? We're gonna drop this right into the blender. See what happens. Campfire chipotle. I can tell you this so far, I'm gonna run this for another few seconds, but the steam coming off of this is burning my eyeballs. Be careful. I should probably have gloves on too. Oh, why? I just mentioned that. Okay, let's bottle this up. Let's bottle this up, shall we? This you will want to make sure not to get the steam and all that in your eyeballs. That's gonna hurt. And I can completely see why having the mesh, why they say is a good thing. But this one's pretty thick. This is a very thick sauce. I don't know if I should have kept it going. I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe, yes. Okay. Let's run it for another few seconds, huh? God, I almost wish I had one of those, like a small blender, you know what I mean? Ooh, I can tell you it's pretty strong smelling. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know, guys. I don't know about this one. I don't know. I don't know. It's almost like I wish for this one I had, the other one came out fine. This one I wish I had not only a strainer, but maybe a smaller blender. Anyways, I'll show you what we got here though. Or it's just gonna be a thicker hot sauce, I don't know. That's what we got. It's pretty thick. seems like it should have been blended up more, but there was nothing more I could do with it. There's our campfire chipotle. So, you know what? We'll just see how it turns out. It's got to sit for a day or so. Anyways, let me get cleaned up. We'll go on to the third one. All right, our last sauce of this video is curry pineapple. Over in the saucepan, I've got 1 cup of pineapple chunks and some juice. Down below here, you see we have 2 teaspoons of curry powder and a teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. We're gonna throw that in with the saucepan, bring it up to a boil for 2 minutes. We're gonna have a rolling boil for 2 minutes. We're gonna pull it off, throw it in the blender, and it's blender time with 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And here we go. Oh, and then after that, we're gonna add, and it just says to taste, 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne powder. So I'll just bring you back. I'll show you what it looks like over there, but we'll just do it to it. All right, and that's what we got. There's our mix. Gonna toss it in the blender. All right, here we go. It's blender time. This thing has been simmering been a rolling boil for 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and get it into the blender. You can see on Blender Cam, I like that name for it, Blender Cam. We're also gonna add, what did I say? What do we got? 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. We're gonna blend it, and then we're gonna add our 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne. Here we go. All right, let's add that 1/2 teaspoon and give it another little pulse to get it good and mixed up there. Incorporated. Nice little color change as well. There we go. Get that into the sink. Let's get our curry pineapple jar over here. Boom, here we go. Bum, 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 bum. You know, it's still, this one's kind of thick as well. It's not like that Louisiana sauce. So, but it's not as thick as that last one. So I think this one, it just is what it is. I'm just gonna pour it in here. There we go, everybody. Curry pineapple. We'll see what happens. There we go, that's the fun for right now. As you can see, I got them behind me there. 1, 2, 3, got all 3 ready to go. I'll bring you back in a day or two and we'll do a little taste test.